today. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. And behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
A big play there on the first play of the game. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game,
did.
right? I mean, I had
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 44 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. Back to Walker on first down. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun, eluding the pressure right. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Robinson with another carry. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
This 2nd and 4. Ritter now looking to throw it this time. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Kobe Bryant picks off his fellow Bearcat alum Desmond Ritter. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the...
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far. They've come up. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ritter will set up to throw it. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Robinson up the middle. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Ritter from the gun. That's going to be caught by Pitts. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Desmond King to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but a fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. 39 yards there, a big one.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw here. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big pickup of 38. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Boye Mafe, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him in the year. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 53 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now back to throw. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down, it's Walker. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. The Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Hey, watch the slant.
Second down throw coming for Ritter. That's out wide here for Robbins. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. This hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Before halftime. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Koo knocks this one through the post, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, and that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in U.S. Bank Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Commanders. Jameis Winston with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And that game is tied as they take on the visiting 49ers. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Up the middle, here's Walker. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. They juked him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Ritter and the Falcons now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Ritter to throw it. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
56, the mic, boys, 56. Check, Mike, 60. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Ritter back to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Ritter. Short throw caught by Pitts. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Ritter. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be tackled inside his own 15. The decision to bring it out cost him some yardage. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Back to throw now on 1st down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Over the middle, it's complete. So nothing doing there, and that'll set up 2nd and goal. One quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Finding Ertz again. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Ritter here on 3rd and 2. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole.
But it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Straight ahead, Walker. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And now they're in the hurry-up. Second and 1. Being chased out left. A nice little juke. And out of bounds right around the 20. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
Arnold Ebiketie gets there for the stop. Second down and 6 now. He'll look to throw. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Here's the give to McIntosh. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. He'll try again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down.
Ready.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now a 2nd and 10. Ritter. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's got this down to the 35. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Sticking with the passing game. Here's Ritter again. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6.
Check 48 to the mic. Check 48 to the mic. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike 48.
Ritter now. This is caught by Robinson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And quickly they get to the line. Ritter off the play fake. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Jet sweep, here's Smith and Jigba. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Seahawks, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.